Hey everybody, welcome back to Tackle Tip Tuesday. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I really believe is super important, and it's scents. It's scent control and scent on your lures. One thing that I've noticed that helps me get a lot more bites in tournaments, and I like to fish deep water, points, humps, brush piles, is scents. It's scent on your bait, crawfish, shad, whatever. I haven't had any luck with scents on hard baits. But like if you're dragging a brush hog or a big worm or a drop shot, that little bit of added scent seems to help them bite and hold on a little bit longer. It may give you 5 extra bites at the end of the day, or help that fish hold on 1 second longer. It gives you time to set the hook. What I like to do with scents is like, this is just a pack of brush hogs. This is kicking bass. This is one of the scents that I like. I haven't noticed a ton of difference in one scent or the other. It's kind of in your head, I think, a lot of it, but I think it does make a difference. And just Smelly Jelly makes a liquid option like this as well. But just open the bag, put 2 or 3 drops in it, work it around, let it sit the night before you're going to fish. And that scent really gets in those baits well. And I think it adds a couple bites every day. Another thing I like to do is dip and glow. I like to put the tails of my brush hog, the very tip of my worm, in there. I think that garlic scent and that sight, it's kind of that glowing color, helps those fish hold on and makes them want to bite. Another good little trick too is like if you got a cotton candy worm, it's almost clear. A lot of times your bait fish are almost clear up shallow. You dip the tail of that in there. If you ever hold one of those bait fish up to the sun, it kind of glows, and it really imitates that well shallow any time of year. Smelly Jelly is another good option. This is crawfish. They make it in shad. They make 5 or 6 different kinds. I actually fished a BFL with a guy one time that had a jar of Smelly Jelly that was probably that tall and that big around, and he would literally make 3 flips at a log and then take his little jig and put it back in the Smelly Jelly and make 4 or 5 flips and put it back in the Smelly Jelly. I think that's a little extreme, but scent, it really does help. Another thing about scent is scent control, and a lot of y'all are probably thinking deer hunting, scent control, but it's stuff like, I try not to pump gas the morning before a tournament. If you got a 2-cycle motor, I try to not pour oil in the reservoir before a tournament. It's just those unnatural scents and that human odor. I try to, the sun is super dangerous for your skin cancer, stuff like that. I try to wear buffing gloves so that I don't have to wear sunscreen, and have that on my hands, or put on latex gloves to put on sunscreen. And some of y'all are probably saying that's crazy, but I'll give you a saltwater example. Me and my brother were fishing at the Outer Banks one time, and we're catching bluefish as hard as we could go. And I stopped and put on sunscreen. Throw back out there, put some mullet on my rig, threw it back out there. I'm not getting a bite. My brother's catching them every cast. I reel back in, throw back out, nothing. I asked my brother to bait my pole. I started catching them. I reel back in, bait my pole again, nothing. And I walked over and washed my hands real good. And about 20-30 minutes later, after the sunscreen had kind of soaked in my skin, I started catching them too. But when he would bait my pole with no sunscreen on his hands, he would catch the fish, and I wouldn't. It's just something to keep in mind. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like Facebook. It's Leighton Davis Fishing on Facebook. There's a link on the page. Thanks, guys. Bye.